Everybody listen. Yeah. It's what you all been waiting for.
You're tapped in to Way Up with Angela Yee.
All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. What day is it? Tuesday? Happy Tuesday. My guy Fred is here, the founder of Media Takeout.
Hey, how's it
also the owner of Cheat Sheet. Thank you for joining us today.
Great to be here.
And by the way, also, do I say attorney? Because sometimes people are like, oh, I don't practice. And you know.
I don't practice, but I know the law.
Okay. Well, good, because we need that today. Because I want to find out what's going on. There was a lot of news. That's why I was so glad that you were coming today with Diddy trying to get this presidential pardon, but also a new appeal. I know you're going to have all the insight. I was looking at some Media Takeout stories yesterday, so you know I want to get into that.
I got you.
All right. Don't get me in trouble, Fred.
I certainly won't.
Because I be outside. Also, running for mayor of Detroit, Pastor Kinloch is going to be joining us today, too. He'll be running against Mary Sheffield. And so we're going to hear from his side. We've had Mary on previously, so let's hear what Pastor Kinloch has to say. Let's start the show off with some love and some positivity. Today we want to shine a light, and I am going to take it back to Detroit because something has happened that's never happened before. And it has to do with Detroit also. So we're going to shine a light when we come back. It's Way Up.
I'ma shine. Turn your lights on, y'all.
Turn your lights on.
Spreading love to those who are doing greatness.
Shine a light on them. Shine a light on them.
It's time to shine a light on them.
All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here with my guy, Fred.
Hey, how's it going?
I know I always say Fred from Media Takeout. Fred, let's shine a light because you also finance, legal, all of those things. You understand all of that. And we want to shine a light today on Kenneth Kelly. You know why?
Why?
He's been named chair of the American Bankers Association. Now, what is the American Bankers Association? Well, the American Bankers Association is the voice of the nation's $25 trillion banking industry. It's all the small, regional, and large banks that together employ about 2.1 million people. They safeguard $19.7 trillion in deposits and extend $13.1 trillion in loans. And he is the chair. And not only is he the new chair, he was. They just had a whole ceremony today in Charlotte. But he is also the first ever person of color as the chairperson.
Wow. After 150 years.
After 150 years. They're celebrating 150 years this year. Wow. Can you believe that?
I mean, this is a big accomplishment. I mean, we're finally getting there, right?
And you know, as everybody talks about like rolling back DEI, it always, like I hate always having to say the first black person because sometimes people think it's just like, we got to put them there. It's 150 years. But no, he is like more than qualified. A lot of times we have to be overly qualified.
Right. I mean, you could think of how many other qualified, people of color that were up for the office, didn't get it. And now finally we've got we're in a place in America where it can finally happen. I think it's great.
Well, he said, I'm looking forward to serving our board as chairman. The ABA is celebrating 150 years of being the voice of all banks of all sizes. He's also currently the chairman and CEO of First Independence Bank as well. And that's in Detroit. So that's why I said this is a Detroit thing. All right. Now, who do you want to shine a light on?
My wife.
Okay. What's her name? And tell us why.
Well, her name's Sierra. And just because she's so supportive, she goes above and beyond, and she really holds me down, and I truly appreciate her.
Oh, that's sweet. You decided to call up here today for your girl, Sierra. How long y'all been together?
Well, we've been together for going on 9 years, but known each other for over 20.
And who proposed to who?
She proposed to me.
All right. Well, shout out to you guys. We love.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, that was Shine a Light, 800-292-5150. If you couldn't get through, you could shine a light for last word. And when we come back, Fred, we got to talk about what's going on with Diddy. Is that okay with you for Yeezy?
Absolutely.
All right. We need your legal expertise here. And you know what? I will also say that you also have a master's in entertainment. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you? All right. It's Way Up.
Going way up, turn up with Angela Yee.
They say it's truth in the rumors.
From industry shade to all the gossip,
Talk to me.
Angela's spilling that Yee tea.
Yo, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here with my guy, Fred. Can I say this right? How do I say it?
Mwanga Kahunga.
Mwanga Kahunga. All right, owner of Media Takeouts, founder of Media Takeout. Let's get into some Yee tea because you also have your law degree.
Yes, I do.
And I want to talk about what's going on with Diddy. Now, Trump is considering commuting Diddy's sentence as early as this week. And by the way, we both have known that behind the scenes, ever since Diddy was having to go to jail and, on trial, we knew that this was something that was going to happen. As a matter of fact, Lindsey Granger 7 months ago sat up here and said this.
Some tea I just heard is that possibly Diddy's already talking to Trump's team about a pardon.
Ooh.
I can't tell you the source, but I did hear that he's already having that conversation yesterday.
Pardon?
And so I think that's why Diddy has been quiet lately.
Well, Fred, break this down for us, because that was a pardon, but now what Trump is considering is commuting Diddy's sentence.
Yeah, there's a big difference between a commutation and a pardon. I mean, a pardon is when it's almost like the crime never existed. But a commutation is just getting out of jail early. And there are legal ramifications to that. I mean, right now, because Diddy was convicted of a sex offense, he has to be a registered sex offender. And there's all kinds of travel restrictions, where you can live, the type of work you can do.
You can't be sitting in the playground.
Right. So if he were pardoned, he would no longer be a registered sex offender.
Okay.
However, if he's commuted, he's still a registered sex offender, and he'd have significant travel restrictions. There's certain countries in the world that he wouldn't be able to go to. So I'm sure Diddy and his people would like to have a pardon, but a commutation is good too.
Now, George Santos was commuted earlier this week, right?
Yeah.
Or last week. Okay. All right. So that's interesting. Now, some of the staff at the White House, according to TMZ, is urging Trump not to commute the sentence, but Trump will do what he wants, as we know. And they're saying Trump could set Diddy free as early as this week. If you were advising Diddy, would you say wait out for a pardon or just get the sentence? Oh, you could probably get a pardon later.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, you always want a pardon over a commutation, but the number one thing that Diddy and his team should be worried about is getting him out of jail. Right. Now. I mean, it's dangerous in there. From what I hear, he's got some health concerns, right, that he'd want to probably get dealt with. So you just want to get out of prison, and
he couldn't. Yeah, he just can't do those school appearances he was planning if he just gets commuted. All right. Well, that is your Yeetie. When we come back, we have About Last Night, where we discuss what we did last night. I know, I got to hear what you did, because I ran into Fred one time in my life outside of here.
All right.
So I don't know where you be at and what you do, but I'll tell you what I did too. It's way up.
So, about last night. Here's how it went down.
Yo, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here with Fred M from Media Takeout and Cheat Sheet.
Hey.
What'd you do last night?
So I went on Disney Plus with my kids, and I watched that new Marvel Zombies show.
I don't know anything about that. You guys know? Okay. Yes.
Yeah,
how was it?
It was great. I mean, the first 3 episodes.
Was this for you or for the kids?
For all of us.
Okay.
The first 3 episodes were great. The 4th episode, I was just like, I don't know about it. But, all in all, it's a good, 2 hours.
Well, yesterday, by the time I left here, when I went home, I'm actually already helping plan this toy drive.
Wow.
So what I was doing when I went home, because I know it's in December, but I'm trying to change my life and do things earlier, because a lot of times I wait till the last minute to get things popping, and I realized that I could just not put all that stress on myself. Capricorns are known to procrastinate.
I'm a Capricorn too.
Do you procrastinate?
I do.
We get it done, but we procrastinate, and it puts a lot of added stress on yourself. And so I had a great Zoom call yesterday about somebody who also wants to participate. We'll talk about it later, but they're going to also donate toys as well.
I mean, I'd like to help. I'd like to participate too. I'd like to help donate.
Well, I'm going to show you what we did. So last year, and this is with the Taj Gibson Foundation, we do this in Brooklyn at the Boys and Girls Club. And so last year I was just kind of helping to support. My coffee was there. We had hot chocolate for the kids. There was food, there was toys, there were raffles. They were giving away TVs, PS5s, only for the raffle though, not for regular toys. There was a DJ. It was an amazing event. And so this year, after watching everything last year and how good it felt to see all of these kids just so excited and so happy, I was like, all right, I want to help get things together for this year. So
I think that's a great idea.
trying to help behind the scenes.
I mean, you're making me feel bad. I'm watching Disney, doing all things for myself, and you're actually going out there helping the world.
Well, you will too.
Yeah, I will.
You just committed to it. Legally, this is binding, as you may know. But anyway, the other thing I want to talk about, speaking of doing good things, on Media Takeout, we were looking at, and this went viral, Marvin Sapp once again is in the news. Now, what happened?
So Marvin Sapp is a Detroit mega pastor, and he got into some trouble before. Remember, he's the pastor who said, lock the doors until I hit this number of money, from my collection. Nobody could leave. He got in a lot of trouble for that. And so yesterday he decided to, he was taking up a collection and asked each of his churchgoers to donate $2,000 and things.
That's a lot. We're going to talk about this more when we come back, but I want to ask you guys, how much do you donate when you go to church? All right. We're going to have this conversation. 800-292-5150. We're going to play you the audio when we come back. But how much do you donate when you go to church when that basket comes around? 800-292-5150. Call us up.
Oh, this thing right here, it's Way Up with Angela Yee.
The realest shit gon' find.
This is Way Up with Angela Yee.
Let's go. Yeah.
You are a media maven, right?
Ooh, you never know what Angela's gonna say.
All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here with Fred from Media Takeout, and we're talking about one of these stories about Detroit pastor Bishop Marvin Winans. Once again, people are having issues with him after a video from his Perfecting Church went viral, where he challenged a member who contributed less than what his request was. His request was...
He wanted $2,000, and she only came up with $1,200.
Well, here's the clip.
Throwing this seed of $1,000 plus $235, all that participated.
Y'all not listening to what I'm saying. If you have 1,000 plus 1,000.
Well, I'm going to work on the other 800.
Well, that ain't what I asked you to do.
Now, we want to ask, how much do you give in church? I know you said you're, between you and your wife, about 10%.
Something like that.
Maybe. I don't know. Well, that's what people say you're supposed to do.
Right. I think you should definitely be charitable, and I think the church needs money. I mean, their church has very real bills. The churches do great things for the community, so I think you should give a lot.
Man, when I go, I just give a little 20. But anyway, Tony, how much do you give in church?
$1.
$1?
And I be wanting to change that because I'm not helping the church meet their payroll, and if I'm poor and I need to go to the church for help, they're not helping. So why am I helping build the church? That is definitely true.
The church still got to pay the light bill, and
Yeah,
that's not my problem.
Church, they
if you look in the Bible, the church is not the building. The church is the people coming together.
Okay, I do want to say though that at church, a lot of times they do help people when they're in serious situations. But
no.
Okay, so you don't go to church?
Yes, I do.
So why do you go if you feel like that?
I'm a whole preacher, but I don't belong to a church. I don't go to a church because church is a corrupt business, and it's a horrible business.
Okay.
I
Thanks for calling.
need $2,000 from people.
All right. All right. This is different, but thank you for calling. Eunice.
Yes, it's Eunice. How are you?
I'm good. We were wondering, me and Fred were wondering, how much do you donate at church?
So I'm a preacher's kid, right? And I normally do the 10% for sure. But then if we have any other, any other functions like church anniversary or different things that come up, I donate what the ask is. But our church, shout out to Mount Pisgah, AME, Jersey City, our church, we do a lot for the community. So once a month, we feed the community. We're having a trunk or treat for the kids on Halloween. When school time comes, we getting, uniforms for the kids and things like that. And we also, people don't understand the money that, the church gets. It's like for the lights, for the gas, for whatever we need. But I'm a true believer of the 10% because God blessed me with a job, so why can't I give him 10%? And then whatever else the churches, ask. Because God, I believe so much that he, whatever I need, he provides for me.
Okay. No, I love that. Let me ask you this. What about people who watch online and things like that? How has that been?
So our church, we do have online as well. And it's the same thing. People donate. They be in the comments. They still at home serving God because some people just can't make it into the service. But they also give 10% because it's not about where you are. Church is fellowship. It's about fellowship. So if you're home, if you're here, whatever God blesses you, you give that.
All right.
You have to believe in something.
All right. Well, thank you for calling.
Thank you. Can I say a shout out to my boy Will Trax as well?
Okay. Shout out to Will Trax.
I got a song with him. Shout out to Will Trax. I got a song with him. It's called I Can't Breathe. My name is Eunice Rivers and featuring Will Trax. So shout out to Will Trax.
All right, shout out to you. Thank you for calling. All right, well, you can still call and weigh in on this topic about how much you give at church. 800-292-5150. When we come back, we got your Yeetie. And Candy Burris invited Soulja Boy on her talk show, speak on it. But there's a reason why. He got disrespectful, and she wants to see him face to face. It's way up.
Yo, she about to blow the lid up off this pot. Let's get it. Oh, yeah. Angela's spilling that Yee tea. Come and get the tea.
All right, I'm here. It's Way Up with Angela Yee. Fred M is here with me today, owner of Media Takeout.
Hey, how's it going?
And founder. I'm good. Let's get into some Yeetie. You ready for this?
I am.
All right, so Candy Burris versus Soulja Boy. Why would I think that?
Yeah.
It's not really a versus, though. Soulja Boy kind of started this one. Now, Candy did an interview on her Speak On It show, her talk series, with former music manager Charlie Rocket. And Charlie Rocket was talking about the horrible conditions he said he endured while working with Soulja Boy. He called him his nemesis.
Wow.
But in a joking way, I think. But here's what he said happened.
I'm really, really hungry. And he said, yeah, have whatever you want. And then he got up and he spat on the food. And it was something that I had never witnessed before. Mm-hmm. But I'm very grateful for like these moments because it taught me how never to treat people like when they work for me.
He said that Soulja Boy spit in the food.
That's a lot.
All right. Well, Soulja Boy has, of course, responded because you can guarantee that if somebody's talking about him, he is going to respond.
You know.
And here's what he had to say.
I'm about to sue the out Candy. Somebody tag Candy and somebody tag this fat. You on the motherfucking internet talking about I spit your food. You's a bitch ass. Why the fuck? Who the fuck on the road with somebody and don't eat for 3 days? And Candy, you too, you little bald head.
Okay, he called her a bald-headed bee and called her the B word multiple times.
Yeah, I mean, why is Candy catching strays though?
Oh, because I guess he did the interview on her show.
Yeah, but I mean,
she's not the one that brought that. She didn't know. And so Candy's response I thought was amazing because let's be clear, Candy is out here booked and busy, producing Broadway plays. Right. And she said, I heard Soulja Boy was cussing me out on his live and said he wanted to pull up. Well, I would love for you to pull up. Let's speak on it.
Yeah,
there you go. Turn it into promo.
I agree. I'm not sure I'd want him to pull up, but maybe like talk on the phone, maybe FaceTime.
I think she should get him up there because I would tell you, Soulja Boy, and you know we've had some viral Soulja Boy moments.
Right.
I actually was looking at an early interview when I interviewed Soulja Boy when he was 16 years old.
Wow.
And how different he is now. I actually have that interview. So, but yeah, so to be honest, I didn't like that at all as a woman. Like for you to be calling her a bald-headed bee.
I agree.
So I hope he apologizes.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it was just like kind of a moment, but that was a lot.
All right, now Bruno Mars, Just the Way You Are. Would you know that is the highest certified song in RIAA history? Now, before that, it was Sunflower by Post Malone and Sway Lee. Did you know that?
Yeah, I mean, nothing by Michael Jackson or Elvis Presley.
I think it's also because of when, I don't know when the RIAA launched, when they started keeping.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It was in like the 90s.
But you know what? No, but it's been a while because Diamond Status, all of that, like that's a real.
Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston.
No, but Bruno Mars, Just the Way You Are. It is 21 times platinum. So, yeah, that's the highest certified song.
I mean, it's a great song, so.
I like it. I'm thinking about it now. But yeah, so that is your Yeetie. RIAA certification started in 1958, so that would have been that would have counted.
Wow.
All right, when we come back, we have Under the Radar, and when you think about ticket sales and scalpers and how that money goes up, how do you regulate that? Well, we'll tell you what Ticketmaster has to say. It's way up.
Check the news. I got news. This in the news that relates to you. These stories are flying under the radar.
All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee, and it's time for Under the Radar with Fred M.
Hey.
Let's talk about this whole jewelry heist at the Louvre. I know this was fascinating. This is going to end up being a movie, and French law enforcement officials are trying to figure out who these thieves are who carried out this daytime heist the morning of October 19th. They shattered a window and stole 8 pieces of priceless jewelry, and this is the world's most visited museum. I think they said it was like 8.7 million visitors, last year.
But just shattering glass, shouldn't that glass be like shatterproof or, bulletproof? Or
you would think so. But it was at 9:30 a.m. They used a crane that was positioned on a truck to get access. to the gallery, and there's a first floor wing of the museum that has the French crown jewels. They broke a window using an angle grinder. Okay. Then they smashed 2 display cases, and then they fled on motorbikes. And it took between 6 and 7 minutes for all of this to happen. The robbers were unarmed.
Yeah, I mean, I think outside of the United States, people aren't armed like that. But, I mean, think about, like, the planning. Because it's 7 minutes. That means they had to be like, okay, do this for a minute. Do this for a minute, right? Like, that's real planning.
What are they going to do with the tiara? What are they going to do? Like, all of the items that they stole. Because that's what we were wondering behind the scenes. Like, what do you do with this stuff now that you have it, right?
I mean, I guess you could bust it down, but it's probably worth more together, right?
Yeah, but you know what? They came from not having it. They'll take a few million over to what it's really worth. I think a lot of it is also in the value of just where it came from, too, not just the actual, gems.
Right.
All right, now let's talk about Ticketmaster. Ticketmaster is trying to crack down and limit users and ticket brokers to only one account, and they're going to enforce that through Social Security numbers or taxpayer ID verification and AI-powered screening, so that they're going to cancel scalper accounts, and they're not going to allow ticket brokers to exceed the platform's ticket resale limits. They also shut down Trade Desk.
Okay, I mean, I like all of that because the ticket prices are out of control.
Out of control.
But when you start seeing AI and Social Security numbers and stuff like that, I'm not sure I want to do all that if I'm just trying to buy tickets,
But how do you then cut down on things and make sure people aren't buying and setting up all these multiple accounts?
Yeah, I don't know.
In that case, like, what is the solution here?
Maybe you're right.
I also feel like they have all our stuff anyway.
Yeah, but I mean, whenever you're putting your Social Security number
I'm
in
on
there,
the dark web crazy. I get alerts all the time.
Right, but I mean, think about it, right? Like you're putting it in this app. They might crack the app, and then your Social Security number's out there. I hate using it anytime that you have to put it anywhere. I don't like that.
Right. Well, they did have a lawsuit just last month saying that Ticketmaster colludes with ticket resellers to hike prices. They said that's categorically false. They said it would make no economic sense because ticket resales account for just 3% of their revenue at Live Nation.
I don't know. They say that, but like anytime you go to a concert that you really want to go to, you look at those ticket prices and it's out of control. And then if you don't buy it right then the ticket prices go up even higher and higher. So they got to do something about this.
All right. Well, that is your Under the Radar. Now, we do have the Way Up Mix at the top of the hour. Plus, tune in. It's election season time. And running for mayor of Detroit. And this has been a very, very high-profile election in Detroit for the mayor. We have Pastor Kinloch joining us today. It's Way Up.
Ask me what I got.
The Way Up Mix kicks off at the top of the hour on Way Up with Angela Yee. Way Up.
Just like to talk like they Angela Yee,
Man, she's spilling it all. This is Yee T. Way Up.
Yes, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here with my co-host for the day and for tomorrow. Fred M is here with me from Media Takeout.
Hey.
And let's get right into this Yee T. So unfortunately, Finesse 2 Times has reportedly been arrested. For drug-related charges. According to reports, he's facing multiple counts: possession of marijuana, possession of controlled substances, tampering with physical evidence, and bringing prohibited items into a correctional facility.
Well, I mean, you are innocent until proven guilty, so, we got to wait to see how this plays out.
I feel like he's been in the news so much lately with a lot of personal drama and a lot of trauma. Like, I have seen things that his brother said. We saw his mom speaking. Right. It feels like he's been going through so much.
Right. I mean, he's at the top of his career right now, too, so...
And then also his wives, when he first came on Lip Service, he talked about his multiple relationships, but then... decided he didn't want to do that anymore.
Right. Listen, I mean, it's hard to see, especially when you're talking about hip hop artists that are really, really strong in their careers. But, we just wish them the best.
All right. Now, Saweetie recently sat down with Boardroom, and she was basically discussing how she's teamed up with the NFL's Monday Night Football to create a series of original music mixes, a blend of her love for sports and culture. And it's a different, rare kind of crossover that's happening.
You got to give it to Saweetie. Saweetie has found a way to always get to the bag. I mean, she was on McDonald's. Now she's doing this. I mean,
because she will cook and make weird combinations and people like that. But, she actually has family legacy when it comes to the NFL. Yeah, her grandfather. Listen to this.
I'm the first woman to curate music for Monday Night Football. And if anybody knows, like, my background, and for those who don't, I come from a really big sports family. My grandfather played for the 49ers.
Please tell everybody who your grandfather is.
My grandfather is Willie Harper, and
Did anyone know that?
Yeah, he played for 11 seasons. He also won a Super Bowl
Nice.
with the team in 1981. He played in the USFL after that, and then he became a pastor.
Okay.
So, yes.
So it makes sense that she's doing this deal with the NFL.
Because I think also sometimes people be judgmental of women in sports and like a woman liking, oh, you just like, no, she grew up in a family that was big.
She's not just another pretty face, even though she is very beautiful. I mean, she's actually knows what she's talking about when she's talking about football.
All right, now Kevin McCall. This was really sad that he went viral for this, and it looks like he is really hurting. He was on the show Back on Fig, and he talked about how much he has to pay in child support, even though he ain't got it like that anymore.
Deuces ain't been popping since 2012. Why was my child support $2,000? So I had all this back pay. Then I sold my catalog for $500,000. I only got $250,000 out of it. I bought my mama a house for $50,000, and then I had to pay all this child support. Why was my child support $2,000?
It sounds like he needs to go back and get that adjusted too, because you can.
Yeah, I mean, your child support is dependent on the amount of income that you get at the time of the judgment.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, during the judgment, he was making a lot more money. Now times are different, so we should definitely go get it adjusted.
But in addition to that, he really broke down talking about how he now, has to be on government assistance.
And this is at Breezy Bowl and made 90 whatever the million, and it say KKKKK Mac. Can I get 25,000 for them four songs I owe you, bro? I just want to leave, bro.
Leading up to who he is.
I'm not even tripping though. I got an EBT card, my nigga. Like, what the fuck? I can't even get nothing, bro, man. Ain't fair.
Yeah, he really broke down. And, think for Kevin McCall, Strip, Deuces, those were big songs. But him and Chris Brown definitely had a falling out. So I don't know that that's ever going to be a situation. It was public.
Maybe Chris is going to watch this and, realize that, maybe there's a time for reconciliation now.
Yeah, I think, and for Chris Brown to know that there was a time when he was counted out too and went through whatever problems he went through, and then to see Breezy Bowl being as successful as it has been.
Right. I mean, he doesn't
I
have
don't
to
know how he is with holding grudges.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have to let him all the way back in, but I mean, Chris is doing a lot of tours. Just kind of throw him on maybe at the bottom of the lineup.
They'll go crazy if he came out for Strip and Deuces. All right, well, that is your Yee. When we come back, we have Ask Yee, 800-292-5150. Me and Fred can help you out. And I always do this when you're here. If you need legal advice.
Okay.
Now is the time to call 800-292-5150. That's 800-292-5150. It's way up.
Whether it's relationship or career advice, Angela's dropping facts.
So you should know.
This is Ask Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee, and you know what time it is. Me and Fred are here to help you guys out with Ask Yee. Any advice you need, we got you. 800-292-5150. Now today, we have Max on the line. What's up, Max?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. Thank you so much for having me on. So, I've been dealing with an issue with me and my girlfriend for a little bit. I go out a lot. I would say a few times a week. Mm-hmm. And I love spending time with her. We get along great when we spend time together, but I can never get her to get out. She has a lot of interest. She loves watching movies. She loves going to the movies, but anytime it's time for me to go out and I want to meet up with friends of ours and stuff like that, I stay out late, and she's willing to, she says all right, it's fine. And then whenever I come back, it's a whole big blow up. Sometimes I feel like I can't even tell her how long I'm going to be out late. So I want to be honest with her, but I feel like it's going to be an argument every time. I don't even know what to do.
Wow. You got to be honest with your significant other. When you say coming home late, how late are we talking here?
It's 1 and 2 in the morning, but sometimes it is.
So that means 3 or 4, really. What do you think, Fred? What's the balance for a man who she don't really go out like that, but and you want to bring her with you sometimes, right? But she's just not into it.
I would love to bring her pretty much every time. Yeah, why not?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think you got to be honest with her, and the last thing that you want is her to start wondering, what are you doing? Why are you going out?
Or find out that you lied.
Right.
Because if she finds out that you lied, and in this age of social media, because I think that if you find yourself in a relationship where you have to lie about something that you're doing consistently, that's never a good sign. because at some point it's going to come to a head. So you got to deal with it now. And I also think relationships are about compromise. That means both of you have to kind of change. If you want this relationship to be successful, everybody sometimes has to give in on certain things. And I'm not saying don't go out at all anymore because she doesn't want you to, because you're not saying she doesn't want you to go out, but what's the compromise here?
I don't know. I could stay home more, but I don't know.
That's a great compromise. If she's going to go out with you at times, sometimes you got to plan to do things and stay home and do that. You know, like you're bringing her into your world and I'll let her bring you into her stay at home Netflix and chill world.
Okay, I can do that.
I think effort is like the main thing too. Like, are you making an effort? If you're going to make an effort to stay home more, you know, with her, even if it's like an extra day more, and make some sacrifices.
Okay, yeah, I could do that. I think we could make a compromise on that. I think so.
Yeah. Okay, well, good. I'm glad. Let us know how this all goes, because I feel like this is not something that's unfixable.
Yeah, I want to make a compromise. I don't want to have to lie.
Yeah, we don't want you to lie. You don't sound like you'd even be good at it. All right. Well, thank you for calling and good luck, Max.
Thank you so much, Angela.
All right. Well, that was Ask Ye. See, lying doesn't ever work out. 800-292-5150. You can leave a message and ask a question, and we'll get your message and answer it that way. And when we come back, Pastor Solomon Kinloch is going to be joining us. He's running for mayor of Detroit. We are going to hear from him firsthand. I don't know if anybody watched that debate, but we got some questions. It's way up.
Yeah. Let's go.
Turn me up. Here we go again.
This is Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up is Way Up with Angela Yee, and y'all know it is election season. All right. And so I've been telling everybody, make sure you pay attention to who's running for office, know who you want to vote for, have a plan. And to that point, we have Pastor Kinloch here with us, who is running for mayor of Detroit. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Yes, and you know, Mary Sheffield's been here, yes, a couple of times. So this is our first sit down conversation.
Yes.
So November 4th is when you guys deadline for voting,
yes,
right?
First Tuesday
in Detroit
in November.
Okay, that's our deadline here too. So you know, I got my early voting. I tell everybody, make sure you get out and vote early if you have the opportunity to do that. Because
that's one of the things that I think a lot of people weren't paying attention to. This was the first election locally that you can vote 45 days before Election Day, AV, for the mayor of the city of Detroit.
Okay.
And so early voting polls are open. And so it gives people an opportunity to start voting much earlier than they used to be able to.
When you think about partnerships, what does that look like to you? Like, what are some of the initiatives or plans that you feel like could be great partnerships to help bring the crime?
Well, you know, the real solution or resolve to crime is to deal with poverty.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the first thing we got to get a handle on. We have to admit that poverty is a real problem, and it has to be dealt with intensely and intentionally, and not that can kick down the road. What we would do to intensely deal with poverty is, first of all, we got to start early. I would start with Children Trust Fund, making sure that every baby born in the city of Detroit receives a seed investment, and then that investment will increase every year until they get to the age of 18. They'll be able to use that money to open up a business. They'll be able to use that money to go to vocational school or to college, buy a house, or invest in their community. We also have to make sure that we open up vocational opportunities. We have high-paying competitive industries in the city of Detroit. Why are we waiting so late? Because we're going to spend money to get children who get into trouble out of trouble. Why not be proactive and invest in them and making sure that we keep them from getting in trouble?
You know, we are in the middle of this government shutdown. We don't know when it's going to end. How have you seen Detroit affected by the shutdown so far?
Long before the shutdown, we saw resources being pulled back from the state level, from the city level. And so we're going to have to continue to do what we've been doing in the past, collaborating. And that's what I've spent 27 years doing COVID. When we didn't know how our children were going to continue to learn. We stepped up and went out and bought 10,000 laptops, thousands of laptops, and distributed to the community. And so when someone says, why would a preacher get into this? Because we're not seeing the people in the seat doing what they should be doing. Because if they were, I wouldn't have to get in it. I would continue to do what I have been doing, supporting the people that were already on the field.
All right. Well, listen, again, people can vote now, right?
Yes, they can vote. They can vote right now. They can vote for Solomon Kinloch right now.
Well, Pastor Kinloch, it was a good sit down. Thank you for coming by.
Thank you. It's my honor to be here with you.
It's our pleasure. All right. It's way up. Well, thank you so much to Pastor Solomon Kinloch for joining us. And one of the main things that we always say, you know, we've spoken to Mary Sheffield. We've spoken to Pastor Kinloch. Detroit, make sure y'all get out there and vote. Everybody, make sure you get out there and vote. Vote early if you can. And when we come back, you know y'all got the last word.
Pick up the phone.
Tap in. Tap in and get your voice heard.
What the word is.
Here's the last word on Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up is Way Up with Angela Yee. Fred, well, thank you for guest hosting today.
I had a great time.
Okay, listen, we have a great time talking about everything. I got all kind of plans with my guy Fred from Media Takeout, but, you know, also an entrepreneur in many ways, which we got to discuss more of. You'll be back tomorrow, though.
Yeah, definitely. Can't wait.
And also thank you to Pastor Solomon Kinloch for joining us. Don't forget, you guys got to vote in these elections. He's running for mayor of Detroit. You can watch that full interview on my YouTube channel, Way Up with Yee. Are you all ready to vote, Fred, in New York? You vote in New York?
Yeah, I'm voting in New York.
Okay.
Just haven't figured it out yet.
You haven't?
No, there's still a couple of people out there right now. I'm going to figure it out later.
Well, it's coming up really soon. It's coming up really soon. Early voting starts actually October 25th. So you can start early voting October 25th in New York. So make sure you check wherever you are where early voting starts, because I definitely will say I recommend that. I'm actually having a mayoral debate watch party tomorrow at my coffee shop.
Which is going to be great.
Yeah, it is. I'm excited for that. New York Magazine and NYC Votes is doing that with us.
Look at you.
In conjunction. So it's just fun to make sure that these debates have been very entertaining.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of entertaining things, and this is all about issues too, right? This is, especially for New York, it's a big deal, right? But all over the country, there's all over really
there's some intense races going down,
right?
But again, like I said, this is your show, so you have the last word.
Hey, Angela, this is Ty from South Haven, and I don't know what everybody else put, but I put 10% of my income into church. That's what I was raised up on. That's what I was told. Thank you. Have a good day.
My thoughts on giving the money to the church, I really don't feel like it's a huge problem of giving money to the church. But far as, you know, like, depending on how you're taking the money and what you're saying, like, you know, church is not the building. It's the people that come together for, you know, to host church. Me and you can have church right now with this phone. But far as, you know, giving money, the 10% is cool. But you're supposed to give church, you come as you are. The door to the church is supposed to always be open. Somebody bring $1, $2, it don't matter. Like, you don't turn nobody around and say, oh, well, this ain't what I was asking for. That's greed. Honestly, I don't attend church no more for my own personal reasons.
Going way up, turn up with Angela Yee.